Boom, 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 boom. Flash! Ah, savior of the universe. Hello and welcome to a new episode. Today we're looking at Raff Capashen ship's Mage, and it has flash and flying. You may cast historic spells as though they had flash. And the entire deck is basically things that are legends, things that are sagas, and things that are artifacts. There's a lot of sagas in the deck, and if you want to look at the most powerful ones, Fall of the Thran. You've got Kiorabas the Sea God. There's about 10 to 12 of these amazing sagas, lots of amazing legends. Imrith. You've got the Wandering Emperor comes down and kills stuff. You've got Irenicus's Vile Duplication to copy your legendary things as much as you like. Lots of enchantments. Look at the statistics. Look at them. Look at the statistics. Enchantments 16, 12 sagas, planeswalkers, and other things. Narset is especially useful if your opponent is going to draw multiple cards in a turn and you go flash. And Narset comes down and says, no, you mustn't draw more than one. Let's get into the games. Opponent goes first with Mere Sentinel Worm. We don't have any removal for their worms. We do have a Sentinel though, so we could risk it. Yeah, let's risk it. I mean, Sentinel 10-1 is a really good start, isn't it? Let's see if we can resolve some of this stuff. The Niambi might be useful as well, just to bounce back Esper Sentinel if they threaten to kill him. Oh, that's not something you see very often, is it? I do like the card, it's very good. Controversially, I'd probably prefer this to Brainstorm in some ways. Yeah, so go for the tap land. Pass turn, so their dragons cost one less. 1, 2, 3, 4. They can cost a 4-drop dragon. We are in dire need of some removal, though, aren't we? Board wipes, I think, is what we're after. Fateful Absence. I think we kill the Servant here, because it gives them. This is technically 2 mana because of the 1 mana discount here, and the Thrilly Caretaker has to tap that for another mana. So if we get rid of that, it might be useful. Brazen Borrower draws us a card. Okay. That's actually kind of cool. Replay it anyway. Interesting that they have the Brazen Borrower in the deck when it's not a dragon, but maybe it's just good value, isn't it? Svala. Whenever I seem to get Esper Sentinel out versus people, they never ever cast non-creature spells. It's so irritating. Oh, Shatter the Sky. So I think we're going to Shatter the following turn. This time, we're just going to go for the Restoration of Aganjo. Yeah, because they're going to be able to cast Mirim next turn. Okay. So we can do there's a few sneaky things we can actually do here. So here comes Mirim. So we can discard a card to return a card to battlefield. So if we get rid of Niambi, we can bounce the Sentinel to our hand, because we can then return that to play. So you return the Sentinel, that means that we'll save it from this Shatter the Sky. Yeah, that seems cool to me. We wipe out their entire army, which is going to be awesome, because it took them a long time to get that stuff out. So yeah, against Miriam, board wipes are just the king. And now we have the Niambi in the graveyard, which we can get back with Tashar. So there's a lot of historic synergy in this deck. If you like synergy, this is probably the deck for you. Do they let us draw a card, I wonder? If they do, they'll have... No, okay, so they've got no responses after that. We do need blue mana. So I'm actually tempted to... yeah, I think I'm going to exile the Izzet Locket, because that gives them an extra mana. Yeah, we're 1 mana away from being pretty good, to be honest. And keeping them off mana is just really useful, because they can't cast Mirim for a little while yet. Inferno, yikes, okay. So yeah, we're desperate for blue source now. Lantern is technically... Okay, so we might as well swing in here. 18 versus 20, so they can deal a lot of damage with this guy, but it's... Let's hope they don't have much more support for it. 7 mana. It doesn't have trample. So maybe we just... We can block it later. Okay, down to 14. This is pretty scary. And a Drakaseth as well. Oh my goodness. So I think we need to kill the Drakaseth with the Gear Hulk's ability. So we're going to get back the... That's weird. Why did it let me target that? That is very odd. Yeah, so kill the Drakaseth because that has the highest damage output when it attacks. It does a lot of damage. 4 damage to any target and 3 to 2 others. That's 10 damage spread. We'll leave the Linvala up. So if I count this correctly, they are also dead on the swing back. So if they attack, it's probably not good for them, is it? Incubation Druids. Do they swing in? They do. So no blocks. 1, 2, 3. They can pay 3. I mean, if they give it double strike somehow, we're dead, aren't we? There's the card that gives double power. Okay, so down to 8. So we definitely need flying protection next turn. This could do it, the Behold the Unspeakable. They've only got 9 life, though. Four, 5, 6. Okay, let's go in for the swing. Keep back the flying blocker. This could just be risky as hell, but they're going to have to block the Gear Hulk, aren't they? And they still take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, let me calculate that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe we should have attacked with the Linvala here. Down to 1. Damn, if we attacked with Linvala, that would have been it, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think... So that they're also going to have the Brazen Borrower, aren't they? So yeah, what we're going to do is going to wait for them to flash this in and then cast the Raff Capashen, I think. Interesting response there. Doing that in response doesn't actually help. And now we have the Linvala, just in case something goes wrong. Like if they kill Raff, we can give all our stuff indestructible. So they can gain life with the Prosperous Innkeeper, but is that going to be enough versus our huge army? And a Niv. Yikes. Yeah, that's still not going to be good enough though, is it? Because we've got many more attackers than they do blockers. So as long as we don't cast any spells, I think we're fine. The Behold the Unspeakable is going to be helpful just to mitigate some of their defensive damage, but I don't think you don't even need to play this. Okay. So we can flash this in, because it's a saga. So what we'll do is we're going to swing in. They don't have lifelink, so it doesn't make a difference. And whatever they block with, we're just going to flash this in just to subdue it a little bit. But as I say, it's just really not going to matter. I think we've got this pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Just insult to injury, I suppose. But there we go. Nullify them. And we might as well sack the Linvala to give all of our stuff indestructible. And there we go. There we have it. We beat a Miriam player. That felt pretty satisfying, to be honest. That's a very difficult deck to beat. Seems very well constructed as well. Moving on. We go first against the Coltrane, baby! So this guy obviously likes not Game of Thrones. Yeah, Coltrane was in Game of Thrones. No, Coltrane was in Gear of Thrones, of War. Gears of War. Gigan or Garuda wants to mill people's decks and steal creatures off the top. So it's pretty good at reanimating stuff like that, as long as the CMC that it mills is even. Ornithopter comes down, bit of Rampage. They do have Snowlands, which means that Redain might actually be quite good here. Or I could actually slow them down a bit with the Borrowed Time. I think that's probably a bit more effective. I could have gone for the Glass Casket, but using the mana efficiently there was probably kind of useful. Swords to Plowshares, so we could miss a land drop. But if we go for Redain, their 4 drops will cost 6, and the Snowlands come in tapped. I do like Redain as like a staple in white now, just because it gives you a bit more protection. They could just kill it here, but that's fine. They didn't kill the Borrowed Time. Okay, so we missed another land drop, which isn't good. Which is not good. Spell Pierce might come in useful. Hedron Archive. We are going to kill that, I think, with the Intervention. So hopefully this resolves. We've missed so many land drops. I don't know what it is about Arena, but I put in... Most of my decks have got 40 lands now, and it still decides to screw me over. Swan Song, okay. So we miss a land drop, but we got the Chromatic Lantern, I suppose. Man, they really wanted that Hedron Archive, didn't they? So I guess it means they don't have a land drop? Well, they did anyway. I guess they wanted to be able to draw with this later on. Are they suspicious of the Lantern, I wonder? More ramp. Okay. And here comes Gigan, so fingers crossed they miss. If it's an Ulamog, we might be in a bit of trouble. Gonti, but we do have the Swords to Plowshares, I suppose. And they milled some stuff that's not terribly useful. Okay, so they get to steal a card off the top of the deck. Oh man, I don't like steal effects, it's mean. So they take a random thing. I guess we'll just exile the Gigan here. They will be able to recast it, but I don't really want to keep taking 6 damage over and over again. Linvala's in the graveyard, so if we go for Tishar... Oh, we missed another land drop, didn't we? We go for Tishar and hope they don't kill it. Because next turn we can... If they don't kill it, we can flash in a Niambi or a Raff Capashen and then get back the Linvala. Come on. Yoicks, they got Spark Double so they can go again. Oh, that's rough, that is. So they missed the second one. Okay, that's not the... Ooh, okay, Prison Realm. I think I want to go for Niambi first. And then this gives us Redain. And... Oh, you have to ban something back. That's annoying. Okay, so to be honest... Okay, so we'll bounce the Redain back to hand. Oh no, you don't have to. Yeah, we'll decline that. I don't really want to do that. Yeah, now I've left up the Essence Flux as well, in case they want to kill any of my guys. So I suppose we're not going to block. We might as well swing over the top. Redain may protect us a little bit from their big spells, but it's probably unlikely considering they've just... Reality Chip. Oh my goodness, they've just stolen all of our good stuff, haven't they? I guess that's the whole idea. We're going to probably Glass Casket that in our next turn. Just to stop... Although we can't, can we? Because it's attached to the Gunty. Right. Spell Pierce doesn't work there either. Because they've got 3 mana open. We're going to take 13. Okay. Down to 10. We are in dire need of something, aren't we? Gale can give us a spell back. So they can give us the Shatter or the Swords, I suppose. So we can reanimate Linvala here unless they exile it from the graveyard, which would be pretty unlucky. And they might have some kind of interaction here. Counter spell. Okay. That's annoying, because obviously that would have been able to give us board wipe back. But, alas, yeah, we're in quite a bit of trouble here. We can do some block shenanigans. We have missed an inordinate amount of land drops, which is crazy, because the mill's so many away. Perhaps it was a mistake, borrowed time here, but... So this is the copy, 7 power. We can't kill it. We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can actually quadruple block this, and then use Linvala to give all our stuff indestructible, killing the 7/7. We don't really want to kill the OG because it will just come back. Yeah, don't think we can do anything about this one, sadly. We'll see. They got really lucky with all their early stuff as well. Yeah, Henry's expertise. That just kills our entire army. Yeah, that's a real shame. So our whole army dies and we just lose this, don't we? I guess hexproof or indestructible doesn't matter because it's -3. Really doesn't make a difference here. So that's 7 damage currently. And a Thassa with a flicker, yeah. We've well and truly lost this one. So they flicker the OG. Mills 4. Nothing there. Oh, they get a Gear Hulk off our side. Wow, talk about well and truly trounced here. I mean, they're actually using 3 of our own cards against us, which kind of stings like a bitch. Swan Song. Okay. Yeah, so nothing we can do. So Glass Casket can get rid of the chip. Prison Realm can get rid of a 6 or 7. But yeah, we just die. So yeah, that's the dominance of Gyruda there. And lots of flicker effects. Moving on to the next game. So apparently today I'm only allowed to face Miriam decks, which is kind of ridiculous. My goodness. When the algorithm works, it kind of it corners you way too much. There's no room for variance. I don't know why things like this happen, but there you go. You all know Miriam. Double dragons, basically. Cold Steel Heart. So we can go for Mind Stone into Restoration, I guess. Gives us a bit more land, which is going to be important. I would like to have an extra blue source. That would be good. The Fall of Conda is going to be good against Miriam as well, so if they get that out and we have 5 mana, we should be able to get rid. Although we have Wrath of God here. We can discard a card to bring it back, but there's nothing... Yeah, there's nothing that I really want to. Yeah, we'll just pass turn, I think. Play reactively, such is the way of the deck. So they play a land, they'll have 4, 5, 6 mana. Swinging in, that's ballsy. They wanted to eke out the Raff Capashen, I suppose. Town Razor Regent is going to make a land, deal 2 damage to us. Okay, we'll go for the Raff. And then, yeah, we'll kill the Town Razor Tyrant as well. So now we can start swinging in. Spell Pierce might be nice. So again, we would like to have a blue source. So we'll take the 2. We're going to have to, because that's our only blue source. 3, 4, 5. So they can definitely cast this. Which they do. And we'll surprise them with this. Instant Speed Saga. Didn't see that one coming, did you? And we can pay for the ward as well. That's kind of nifty. An actual Saga at instant speed. Wonderful. And that's enough to take down the Miriam player. That felt pretty good. We go first against Omnath Locust of the Royals. It's going to be Elementals build with a lot of landfall triggers. Pretty fun command to use. And yeah, let's go with the tap land. What can we expect to see here? Lots of good Elementals. Shadow Spear, okay. So nothing we can really do now, but next turn Chromatic Lantern into the big stuff. The ramp begins. Fall of the Throne could be good if we have a lot of mana rocks. And if they have more lands than us. So this is a nice thing to do late game. When we have a Raff out and maybe we want to surprise them with something like this. Fall of Condor is a way to get rid of the Omnath as well. Fateful Absence. So yep, no need to act yet. We can flash in Raff at their end of turn. Circuitous Route gives them 2 lands. Okay, they're really ramping hard here. Are we just going to die to Cretohoof Behemoth? We shall see. Flash in the Raff. Land is always good. So let me think about this. If I just destroy the lands now, I think we just win the game, right? Because what are they going to do? It's kind of evil, but sometimes it's got to be done. So many lands in the graveyard. And give it 2. So they didn't have a land drop, which is awesome. So we could even kill their Tangled Florahedron to tick them off. What does that give? Add 1 green. They don't have any red. They didn't choose to get the red back. So for now, I think we'll leave it as is. Strange how they didn't choose red there. Ramming up Excavator. Ah, that's annoying. Oh, that is very annoying. So that's something we kind of want to kill now, isn't it? Yeah, that kind of backfired. Oh well. Oh well. Didn't expect them to have that, to be honest. So we get almost all our lands back. And this is going to deal damage, so we don't really want to get the Wanderer out yet. Yeah, we're just gonna swing in here. I fear that the Fall of the Throne didn't really do as much as I expected, mainly because they got an extra bonus land back, so they should be on 4. They only lost 1, so we both basically lost 1 land overall. Probably not. Yeah, probably not worth it, but at least it didn't punish us too much. Rhythm of the Wild. Sure. Wayward Sawtooth. We could kill that with the Fall of Condor, perhaps? Yeah, let's get the Wandering Emperor out, and then I'm happy to exile the Dino bot there. What?
I'm home.
Why? I was looking forward to that. Oh well. Oh, that's a shame. That was going to be an interesting game. Alright, so it's become an absolute meme at this point. This is the 3rd Miriam deck today. Facing, actually might be 4. Losing track. So... Oh, why? Why was it? Why you do this? Why you do this? So last week, what was it? It was Goshen Tai. And this week, it's Miriam. Take it in turns to annoy the hell out of me. Well, it's going to get rid of this, slow them down. That's exactly what Revoke Existence is for, to soften their ramp, if possible. Although being a green deck, you'd think they have more green rocks. Yeah, well, you know it. I'm going to banish him like the Dragon Sword as well. What can they do here? Give it hexproof with green? Tamiyo's thingy bob? No? Okay. Opt with the blue? Brainstorm with the blue? No, nothing at all. What a waste of time. Life is so precious. Let's not waste time. The Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. I'm really happy with the hand, actually. The hand is kind of insane. So because we have the Shatter the Sky, I think this is going to be a Valkmira turn here. Just play defensive. Hang in there. Valkmira is just awesome. It's just a good way to tick your opponent off, because everything they do that hurts you, touches you, is going to cost a bit more. They discarded Dragon Boy and Dragon Thing. Well, at least it's on theme. 3, 4, 5, 6. So playing a land means they can cast Miriam, but they go for Kura. Sure. So when this dies, they get lands or they get a dude. Get an instant back, get a sorcery back. Sorcery. We don't have any instants in the yard, do we? I think we'll just go for the midnight clock here. And then next turn, if they go for Miriam, I'm going to board wipe. Obviously, they're going to get a little bit of value. But also, getting the ramp out is good because the Cure Brush Sea got 7 mana and we just need to get towards that slightly fast. Mind Stone. It doesn't look like they're going to cast their general, does it? Which is weird because you want to cast Miriam before you do anything else. Let's put them into a false sense of security here. Let's use all our mana. So now they're more confident to play creatures. Go on, play another creature. Go on. No. Okay, Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce. Not sure how handy that's going to be, but... So let's see what they choose. Do they go for the Spirity Dude, or they go for 3 lands? They get a 5. Oh, they're going to go for 3 lands. Okay, that makes me happy because... obviously, I don't want to take 5 a turn, essentially. I'm intrigued by this. This scares me a bit, because does that mean their hand is full of big things that rhyme with Shmee to Shmoo Shmeemuth? Goldspan Dragon. Meh. Sacking it to draw a card. Okay. I mean, they get 2 back, I suppose. What am I missing here? I feel like they're charging up for some mega something. The Miriam is going to be able to... Okay, so Spell Pierce is pretty solid here because we can get it back with the Mirari Conjecture as well. Land is decent. We still can't go for Curabasa Sea God. So the thing is, we can just get back a couple of things. But on the 3rd stage, copying our instants and sorceries, is that going to be useful? Not really sure. At least next turn it does mean we get back the Shatter the Sky though. So that will be useful. Unless I just want to keep swinging in with the Spanner Dragon. Oh, and they go for it anyway. Okay. That's interesting, isn't it? Does that mean they have a way to protect their guys? They saw this was going to happen, right? I mean, they do draw a card, which is kind of irritating, but we've got all the board wipes in here just because of decks like this. So next turn we get to double any instants and sorceries that we may have, but we don't have any. But I suppose it did mean that we got the board wipe back to take care of their things. So do we go for the Midnight Clock? Or the Raff? I think we go for the Raff, actually. Behold the Unspeakable. Okay. So now, kind of terrified because Their hand has got 4 unknowns. And you know, dragons are pretty crazy. Oh my goodness. So they get 2 bronze dragons. That's kind of terrifying, I have to say. So if they hit us, they get to put D20's worth of stuff. Okay, let's go for the Cure of Sea God then. And do they pay? Which means no. Okay, so it fizzles. 6 damage. Yeah, I think we just absorb this because we tap all their stuff anyway, so we get a free swing. Nice, so that's going to be helpful. Swinging for 11. And we get a fresh grip of cards, so... Oh, swords, that's going to be useful. And Fateful Absence as well. Wonderful. And don't forget, we get to steal something in our next turn. 2 removal spells, so if they go for something to copy with Miriam, I think we'll probably kill the Miriam in response. Sarkhan doesn't get copied, so that's fine. You can add mana for dragons though. Niv Mizzet would be annoying, but we've got, again, 2 ways to deal.
Look to the skies.
Look to the skies. Drakaseth? Yeah, let's kill the Miriam. I don't really want them to have 2 Drakaseths, to be honest. I think that would be game over, man. Game over. Drakaseth will resolve, but we probably steal that with the swords, right? Or do we steal the these dragons? This is a rough one. So we could flash in. Yeah, we'll flash in the Mind Stone. And yeah, we'll get rid of the original Bronze Dragon. I think we're going to steal this Drakaseth here. We get a backup board wipe. Let's go for the Sentinel first. Swing both of those in. Okay. Right, let's see what they've got then. This will deal 7, which is terrifying.
Don't doubt my
They could actually have this, to be honest. It's a shame that Drakaseth doesn't have haste, but Direfleet Daredevil. They're going to get the Swords of the Fateful Absence. Ooh, that's rough. Let's draw a card here. But otherwise we're going to lose the Drakaseth, aren't we, as a blocker? Ooh, Wandering Emperor. Okay. That's fairly decent as a way to kill the dragon here. So what are they going to go for? Fateful Absence. Okay. Have they remembered about Valkyria, though? Sure, so they get a couple of triggers to work through here. They keep forgetting about that one. And what about the Sentinel? Paid for both. Khaleesi. So let's see if they do attack. Can this kill planeswalkers? Just creatures. Hopefully this resolves. Interesting that they went for the destroy card rather than exile, because the destroy means we get to sack and draw.
Let me show you.
So let's definitely exile that dragon, and wowzers. Managed to survive that onslaught. Fantastic. Love it. Don't forget to check out more of my videos, and also my Ko-fi donations page. You can donate as little or as much as you want.